Hey guys, it's me again. I'm back with another of the continuing series of the Calamitous People. And once again, the subject of this story is your Aunt Linda. So, without further ado, here we go. So, Aunt Linda calls one Saturday afternoon. She's going to come over to our house for a little visit. And I always looked forward to her visits because it was always entertaining, number one. She always had a good story, and her delivery was always good. And it always, at the end, I always felt like whatever troubles we were having in our lives were nothing. They were minuscule compared to whatever calamity there was going on in their particular lives at the time. So it was always refreshing, and I always looked forward to it. But this particular time, she was late. She was running late. And when she gets there, she tells us that the reason is because she had to call a tow truck to come dislodge her car, actually her van, from a rock that she had struck. Now, this is the same Aunt Linda, remember, that dumped the patio furniture in the middle of University Avenue, and all the other stories that I've told you about her. So it really was no surprise to me that her vehicle had somehow become lodged on a large rock. So turns out that this is the days before minivans, and Aunt Linda, like a lot of people back then, would buy those full-size vans that were customized, and they were plush. They had big captain's chairs, and they put raised roofs on them so you could stand up inside. And they were great. They were great for hauling the kids. Like I said, it's just that they were the pre-runner to the minivans. So anyway, she tells us what happened was she was backing out of her driveway, and you remember this. This is in their house over in West Little Rock, where they have alleyways, and their house is a rear entry. The garage is on the back, just like your houses were down in the Dallas area. So anyway, she backs out of the driveway and into the alleyway and hits something. Something went boom in the back, and she felt the van bump up. So she gets out and looks, and her van is lodged on a big old boulder, this giant boulder. It's like, oh man, you figure, whoa, what are you going to do? So she has to, of course, she can't get off. It's lodged there, and she gets in, it won't go forward, it won't go backwards. The wheels are just, the rear tires are up in the air, and they're just spinning. So she has no other choice. She calls a tow truck to come get her off this giant boulder. Well, you're probably wondering the same thing I was, okay? What's this big rock, and where did it come from, and why is this the first time she's ever encountered this? Well, it seems that she had a nasty habit of backing out of the driveway, and and going across the alley, and then bumping into her neighbor's privacy fence, his big 6-foot-tall wooden fence, and knocking down a section of it. And apparently this had gone on several times, to the point that the neighbor hired a landscape company to bring a large boulder and place strategically between the alley and his fence, just to guard the fence and to keep Aunt Linda and others from knocking down his fence. So obviously it didn't work. Aunt Linda jumped right across this boulder and became lodged. And the funniest part of the whole thing is she still knocked down his fence.